Rod, it's time for third and short. Three quick ones for you. Baltimore, team that's back on track, probably even more than back on track. The Chargers were just red hot, and they whooped on them. What's impressed you most there with Baltimore Ravens?
They're playing tremendous team football, and it starts with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, everybody's criticizing him, saying that he can't be a great passer. He can be a great passer. And what I see in him, what I'm starting to see, is that he's starting to read and understand what NFL defenses are doing to him. Sitting back, holding the linebacker, seeing exactly what they're trying to do, a cover 3 zone. He looks over to the flare route. He holds the linebacker and he completes it to Mark Andrews. This is what they do. But also getting back to what they do defensively, showing different looks, pressure, corners, safeties, everybody up there, confusing Justin Herbert. And he has no idea. He's a really good quarterback. He has no idea. But also sending a message saying, look, we're going to run at your very best player. You see Bosa, number 65, just putting him on his back. We're going to send a message. We're running directly at your best player. Your $100 million guy, we're coming right at him with our right tackle. We're going to double team him, and we're going to clear him out the way. So Chargers, if you have a problem with your defense, now you see it doesn't matter who they put there. Whether it's Bosa, you guys are getting blown off the ball. But that's why the Ravens are so good, because they're getting it done in different aspects, and it starts with Lamar.
It's a scary thought thinking about how much better he's gotten from the pocket as a passer, just because this running game, even when teams knew they were going to run the ball, they can't do anything about it. And I think you just have to give love to this offensive line who is playing without Ronnie Stanley, who now is going to miss the rest of the season. He's got to get ankle surgery again, so now you're going to have to play the whole year without Ronnie Stanley. I just think Villanueva, Powers, Bozeman up there, Zeitler as well. So I just think this whole group and what they've been able to piece together without their big money guy and Ronnie Stanley has been really impressive. Hollywood Brown continues to play like a receiver who's developing into a really, really good one. And Lamar Jackson throwing it around like this with Mark Andrews as well helps. Like, this team right now is playing unbelievable football, and everybody's so high on the Chargers. The Chargers have beat the Chiefs. They beat the Browns. Gone toe-to-toe with some of the best, and Baltimore just went in there and made this look like the old Chargers team. You got to be thinking, man, this right here might be a team looking to win a Super Bowl, and this means something to Lamar Jackson because you can tell by how improved he's been throwing the football.
One big blow to the Ravens. I heard today that Ronnie Stanley, he's going to be out. He's going to be out for the rest of the year. Hurt his ankle. He's going to be out. So that's a significant blow. $100 million guy, and they're starting all-pro left tackle. One kid that really impressed me, I'm going to be quick with this, Rashad Bateman. When I was with Harbaugh, he told me, he said, Rodney, watch out for this kid. He's going to be an excellent football player. He's going to make a difference. And you see it. You see the quickness. You see the route running. You see the soft hands. You see it. And he's only going to continue to improve. You add him with Marquise Brown, Mark Andrews, and that run game. And I agree with you. You know what? I've been actually kind of sleeping on the Ravens a little bit. I've kind of been taking them for granted. But you're right. If they can continue, this defense is only going to continue to improve. And this is a defense that's been absolutely obliterated in the secondary with injuries. But yeah, if they can keep going, which I know they will, they can be right there in the Super Bowl conversation with Buffalo and Kansas City.
I'm with you. Let's get to another team that's in that Super Bowl conversation. They're similar to Buffalo. That's a good point, in that they're just so sick of hearing about it. You know what I mean? To me, those are two teams at the top of the list. The Ravens and the Bills, they are just so sick of hearing about that they are a tier below. And they're ready to prove that they're not. And I think you're seeing it on the field with both those two teams. Let's get to the Cardinals, though. Talent all over the field with this unit. Why are you believing in what's being built there with Arizona?
Well, I mean, it's one thing to have talent, and I've always played against the Raiders that had a bunch of first-round draft choice. We've always seen the Cowboys with talent. It's one thing to have talent, but the thing that stands out to me is when you watch those guys play, they play hard. They play with passion. They play for one another. I was watching tape, and you see J.J. Watt. I mean, look at the effort of number 99. He's getting double teamed, and he's still working. And he comes off and gets a strip sack. That's a guy that's been a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, showing all that effort. Look at him. Everybody else is standing around. J.J. Watt, he's made hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's still. But look at Isaiah Simmons. Just watch the effort of number 9. Look at the athletic skill. That is a wide receiver that he's chasing down. And look at everybody. Look at the excitement. Look at everybody flowing. misdirection play. But look at this. This is a 6'4", 235-pound linebacker chasing down a wide receiver, but look at the effort. It doesn't matter if you are a second-year player, Isaiah Simmons, a top 10 pick, or if you're J.J. Watt, who's been a 3-time Defensive Player of the Year in his 30s. These guys are playing with tremendous effort, and that's the reason why they're undefeated right now. It was just so good to watch.
It is, man. It's awesome to watch. And then you think about that Chandler Jones wasn't even playing in that game. So when Chandler Jones comes back, and Cliff Kingsbury, their play caller and head coach, was not even on the field because he had a positive test as well. So you reinsert two key pieces like that back in. And without all of it, Kyler throws 4 touchdowns to those 3 stars he's got on the outside. Kirk, Green, and DeAndre Hopkins. Those might be 3 receivers that are as good of any group, any receiver core in the whole NFL. Go ahead, Rod.
One guy I haven't been able to mention, I have to mention him, is Byron Murphy Jr. He is playing on an all-pro level. Diggs and Byron Murphy Jr., those guys have been playing outstanding football, just as a note.
They definitely have. Okay, Derrick Henry, speaking of outstanding football, this man right now is on pace for 2,218 yards. 783 yards and 10 touchdowns he has. We're only through 6 weeks of the season. Does he go back-to-back 2,000-yard seasons? Like, what do you think? How does this end with Derrick Henry this year? The start's been off the chart.
You know what, man? I would love to see him get 2,000 yards, and I think he has a great chance. I mean, you just can't have those games where you get 50 yards and 40 yards. If you have a down game, it has to be at least 70 to 80 yards. But I believe in Derrick Henry. I think if they want to have success, they're definitely going to have to do this. I mean, look at that. That was Mario Addison. He's 285 pounds, and he gives him a stiff arm, like, get out of here. You're like a little boy to me, and that's a big grown man right there. But look at him. One cut downhill, no wasted steps, running over the safety. This is what Derrick Henry does, and I'm so grateful that I don't have to hit a guy like this, even though he reminds me of Brandon Jacobs. But this is not even fair. I think Derrick Henry will get 2,000 yards, and if he gets 2,000 yards, he is the MVP of this league.
I kind of think assuming he can stay healthy, I'm knocking on wood right now for him, but with A.J. Brown and with Julio Jones on the outside, and the way Tannehill's playing, I don't think you can sell out to stop the run game, and that's his last 5 games. I mean, he is going off right now, so I think he will have running lanes, given that you have to respect this passing game because there is legitimate talent on the outside for Tennessee.
Listen, I'm not respecting the passing game. I have respect for it, but I'm not respecting it. My number one goal, if I'm 8 man in a box, and even when you have 8 men in a box, it's no guarantee. I'm trying to put 9 guys in a box. My number one priority when I'm playing against the Tennessee Titans is tackle Derrick Henry. Don't allow him to get going. I don't care about A.J. Brown. I don't care about Julio Jones. Those 2 guys have to prove to me that they can stay healthy, and I'm not afraid of them. I'm afraid of Derrick Henry, so I'm trying to go in there. I'm trying to stop the run.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.